Innovative content. Global audience.
Hi everyone, Daddy Chris is here again, and this is SRTV live broadcast all the way from the United Kingdom. Tonight is not a town hall meeting, but it's one of those meetings we need to have. I don't want to call it a special edition. I don't want to call it a unique edition. Perhaps it's a disturbing edition of the show. Tonight, we shall be looking at insecurity in Nigeria. And when you talk of insecurity, we want to use the word, it's barbaric extrajudicial killings. Now, it's coming from so many angles. You've heard stories of how a lawyer was killed in Lagos, and that is really a policeman shooting point blank at a human being. Not in the law, not in the law, where there's a country where there's law and order, that is unexpected. Now, kidnappers are doing their own, police are doing their own. Where are we going? Nigeria. And there is an election around the corner. But we're not going to look at the election tonight. Let's just look at the way we treat ourselves. In fact, I've seen a lot of disturbing video coming from Southeast in these few days. So we're going to focus on the Southeast tonight. And perhaps it's an opportunity for those of us, our brothers and sisters in Southeast, to begin to ask ourselves some serious questions, because this is disturbing. If you are from Southeast and your brother is who you're dealing with, you're killing yourselves. If your fight is for, how will I put it? If you're fighting against Nigeria, why kill your own brother? If you're fighting, if you don't agree with the understanding of Nigeria, if you don't even agree, which I don't think is the right thing to do at this moment in our history, especially we have Peter Obi running for president, and the whole world love him. It is disturbing. That's why I say it's a very, very disturbing edition of the show. And I'm there to say this. For those of us in the Southeast, I really want us to listen to this show. Like I said again, let me repeat what I've said. This is not a special edition. It's not a unique edition. It's a disturbing edition of the show. Because tonight, we're going to look at insecurity in Nigeria in general and look at extrajudicial killings. When you say extrajudicial killing, it's coming from the authorities. Because when we have kidnapping, those can be termed insecurity. But when a policeman shoots at you, it's a security, a law enforcement officer shoots at you for doing nothing. That is a shame. And that is why we're going to look at this. And tonight we're focusing on the Southeast. Like I said, before I bring in a lot of my guests, I'm going to introduce them to you guys. I have them lined up tonight. And those of you that have seen the flyer, you know. I have with me my son, Kenneth Paul is on the show tonight with us. So he'll be talking to us on some of the things. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. I have Wonsu and I have another. They're all disturbed about what happened. So we're going to focus on a particular incident that happened in the Southeast. Maybe we'll use that as a point of view. But before I really get into that, I know very many of you are aware of, if the video better be a lie, that somebody was asked to come down from his vehicle. The first one I saw that very day, which got me depressed, was a young military officer who went home for Christmas. I don't know, whatever they call themselves, unknown soldiers, they picked this young girl, got her, strip her off, killed her because she's wearing the Nigerian uniform. And I have a big message. That was the most depressing thing I've ever seen. I may not agree with Nigeria as a country, but is that the way to go, my brothers? Is that the way to go? And the last one is, I saw where the man was asked to come down from his vehicle and asked, what are you wearing? I'm happy they didn't kill that one. But I saw the barbaric nature where they were shooting at the car. In fact, the scene is traumatizing. I don't think I want to share that kind of videos on this platform. But it is happening. It's going around. What do we do about it? That's what we're going to discuss tonight. Right here on the show tonight is I have Paul, Kenneth. I hope you're there. Sometimes I know when you are here, I know Kenneth is like it's not there. So I'm going to start with Wonsu. Wonsu, I'm going to bring you on the show first. Let's talk to you. Please introduce yourself to us tonight. I know where you're joining us from.
My name is Musu Emmanuel.
Can you speak louder, please, so that we can hear you?
Okay. My name, can you,
Go on.
okay, my name is Noel. I'm joining Abia
It's
State.
really, we can't hear you at all. And I know you're not on mute.
Right?
No, it's really low now. I was hearing you better.
What? You can hear me now.
Better, yeah.
Okay. It's I'm joining.
No, it's very unfortunate that your voice. Let me see whether you can set your own first. Let us hear from the other Ima first. Emeka, can we hear from you, please? Emeka, can we just quickly hear your voice? Hello, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining us from?
Okay. My name is Nemeka Emmanuel Ariguzo.
Good.
I'm joining from Imo State capital, Owerri.
Yeah, okay, join us from Owerri. Thank you for joining us tonight. Like I said, Ima, the scene is really disturbing. I don't know what to say, so I can have a discussion with you. When the other people got their things set, we'll bring them on board. And their sound, please, if you guys can test your sound, so when I bring you in, we don't be embarrassing everything. Okay. I don't know how you guys cope in the Southeast at the moment. What I call the scene is I don't know how to call it. How you people coping with all this news? In fact, these are the kind of things, I created an ugly scene one time in the UK, and the girl just said that, Chris, these are the kind of things we see on television. It seems we see in American movies, they don't look real, but they turn out to be real in our land. How you guys coping? What is going on? What is the true problem? What do you think is wrong, Ima?
So, in Imo State here, we are all sleeping with one eye.
Can you imagine?
We are sleeping with one eye.
Even in Imo State, because I think this one came from Abia. I saw Abia. Abia was some of the scenes. When I saw Abia State, I said, "Oh my God!" Then Imo State, one eye is closed. What is going on, Southeast? Our brother is about to be president. Is it the best way to welcome him? Tomorrow on this show, I'll be hosting actually an Urobo man who is fighting for Peter Obi. He's representing Peter Obi in the United Kingdom. You understand? He's very proud to come on the show and talk about him tomorrow. How can we at home be killing one another? That is the thing I don't understand. I really want an answer to this tonight. What do you think? But sincerely, Ima, what do you think is responsible for this? What do you think? What do you think? Are people angry? What are they fighting for? There must be reasons.
To me, from my own understanding and my own, I see that it's a political actor and non-political actors. The major problem in the state, in the Southeast.
My God. And this is really disturbing. And I just don't know where to start. I have the governor of Imo State. I'm the youth president of Imo State. Are you the one?
Yes, I'm the youth governor of Imo State.
Okay, you're the youth governor of Imo State, and you didn't introduce yourself properly. You should have introduced yourself now. For your information, Ima is the youth governor of Imo State. So, and he's a stakeholder. He can give us a better insight than where we are now. And I'm sure by the time these are all smart intellectuals that are joining us tonight, because I've tested them, I know who they are. So let us really tie our beds, and hopefully the technical things will be in place and we'll be able to enjoy the show. In the meantime, let us see whether we can have a guest. Now, listen, Wosu, it's like you don't verse. The thing is well said now. Can you tell us about yourself, please?
Okay. My name, Comrade.
No, I think actually I was happy with you. I put in the other Wosu. Wosu is not talking. Can you hear me, Wosu? You still can't hear me. Okay, for some reason, all right. So let me have a one-on-one chat with you, son. Let's start from you, because the other system is all right. If you guys just set your phone, we should have done this. I came into the studio very late because I've been in the meeting all day, and we can do better. I know we can. Anyway, Kenneth, are you there, Ken? Yes, now we can see you.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So, can you introduce yourself, just in case they don't know you? Kenneth is in charge of operation of SRTV in Abuja. He's currently in he's in Abia State, where he's from. I don't know whether it's even safe to introduce where he's joining us from. But Ken, what is going on now? You're see why I'm confused. Where you are is so dark. You're scaring me right now. Your video is dark, and the news coming from there is dark. I will say, what is going on? I wish you guys are in Abuja where we have a better network in the studio and we have this conversation, because we need a better setup. We need to discuss this proper. We need to discuss this proper. If we have to move the show to the daytime where the light will not be a problem, maybe we have to discuss this thing tomorrow. But we'll continue. We'll continue what we can achieve tonight, right? Because my concern is this, Ken and Governor, because Your Excellency, I'm sorry to call you. When I didn't know, I was just calling you for information. So let's address it properly. Your Excellency, I'm proud to have you with me. We've not really had time to talk. At the point in time, I'm going to host all the governors on this show all the way from London, so that I'll introduce you to the rest of the official team around the world, so they get to meet you guys, and even the president himself. So, but we'll come to that. But tonight, something is really disturbing me. And that thing is, I'm going to add this. We are all four on the screen now. So just know that we are four on the screen. We are with us. Okay. So we are four on this screen. And let us really take our time to discuss something very, very disturbing. And I think we need to really discuss this tonight. And what concerns me right now is the extrajudicial killing. Let's look at insecurity in the Southeast in general. Whatever IPOB or the unknown soldiers are doing, what do you think is really responsible for this? Let me hear from you, one after the other. What do you think? What is their anger? So that maybe government will know what to do. Because it's like we don't know. We're not free to come home. If an Igbo man is going home now, will he be safe? And we are coming home to vote. Many people are ready to buy their ticket to come home to come and vote. But if this is the situation at home, they begin to have double mind? This is how we're going to lose this election. Kenneth, can you hear me? This is really disturbing. Let me try. Wonsu, I know I have muted your call, so I can unmute you. Yes, Wonsu, can we hear from you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Better, good. And I can hear you now also. So, like I was asking a very difficult question. What is the anger, or what do you think is really? Let me put it general first. What is responsible for the extrajudicial killing? No, forget about that one. Yes, let's start with insecurity. Insecurity generally. The place is not secure. Nigeria is not secure, but that of the Southeast is now extraordinary. Why?
If make an impact that say that
The network, OMG. The only person I could talk to is our governor, because your network is really the same. Can we hear from Wonsu first? Let's hear from Wonsu first. Let me mute every other person. Wonsu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can clear.
Okay. So, like I said, what do you think is responsible for this mass killing of one another in the Southeast? Because we're killing you're not even looking, you don't even have chance like this. I don't think they're even fighting those coming from they say the problem, because all I ever hear is Fulani man is my problem. Hausa man is my problem. The people they are killing, they are not actually Fulani men. They are people within, they are Southeast people. Why? You Igbo man killing an Igbo man?
Okay, so I think first of all, we have to look at the matter before we send. Before
Okay, let me put you.
Okay.
And the truth is, the system is a shambles. It's a shame tonight. I don't know why I cannot hear you at all. Look, can we hear you? Can we hear your voice at all?
Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Let me mute Ken and myself.
I think before we focus on a particular group of people that are at the center of this violence, I think we need to first of all look at the behavioral chain of the an average Nigerian first. So, so to say, an average Nigerian is frustrated by default.
Yes.
An average is always angry by default.
Yes.
Average Nigerian is unsettled at every moment. So, having said that, it means that everybody can easily trigger Nigeria. Once you are in Nigeria,
you know, what you're saying is so important, but the sound is killing it. You know, you said every Nigerian is unsettled, is unhappy, is angry by default. I can understand all that.
Yeah.
But can that make us to kill one another? Who is our enemy here? That's my problem. I don't know who our enemy is. Does that make me your enemy? I am going through the same thing with you. There's a moment, one parable in my place. The man said, I'm carrying a dead tortoise. You're carrying a dead tortoise. You said my own is stretching neck. We're all carrying dead tortoise. We're not looking for our enemies. If you are fighting the political elites, who you said has taken all the money and taken it out of the country, I can understand that. But the people they are actually killing are innocent Nigerians. Just like me and you.
Yeah.
Because they cannot even get hold of the people who they think or who they're saying are responsible for this problem. It doesn't make sense for me.
That is why I said, right now, if you look at it that way, I know that Nigerians as a whole, we need a whole lot of emancipation because there has been a whole lot of brainwashing from the elites. The elites understand this. The elites understand what it takes to control the citizen. And first of all, that is of infrastructure, you know, lack of the essential need that everyone needs to survive. They make the supply of these services very short and small. And then this helps them to hold the citizen at their palm. And then because citizens are angry naturally, because the citizens are frustrated and angry naturally, it takes nothing to put them against each other.
All right. So you still want to blame the elites, that the elites are the one orchestrating this. That is by because we are now angry, we're not fighting one another. Is that what you're saying?
I will say today that the biggest problem of the country, Nigeria, is ethnicity. That is the biggest problem. Ethnicity. Because as a Nigerian, if I'm asked to fill out a form, I'm not supposed to be asked it. But the first question you get to answer is your state of origin. That is the first question you get to answer as a Nigerian.
To be honest, I don't want to cut you there. Sorry, let me say this. In the UK, we see tick form. You are talking of state of origin there now. Here, they will ask you Black Africans, Black Caribbean, Black. You know, you understand? That is how they discriminate us too. You understand? Even Black, we're not one. They have Black Africans, Black Caribbean, Black this, Miss Asian, Caucasian. It's not enough for us to not to understand that this is just a way of putting us where we belong, and we live with it. It's not enough. We're not killing one another here.
It's a patterned chain. What I mean by it's a pattern chain is that already you know your state and you know your state of origin in Nigeria, and you already know how disadvantaged you are to come from some states in Nigeria.
Yes.
There are some states you come from and you're already disadvantaged.
I agree.
And then once you state that state that you're from, immediately you state your state, you're already disadvantaged for what you're looking for. And you yourself, you know that the reason why they are frustrating what you want is because of the state of origin that you are. In fact, I will just give out an information. This is a personal one to me.
Oh,
I'm just going to give it. So, as a little kid, I had reasons to relocate to Abuja in 2015. So, as a matter of fact, I got close to a northern friend. He's way older than me. So he told me that there is a police college, that he will help me get admission into the school. And then as a student, I'll get paid 150,000 a month. And then at the end, if I'm able to graduate with at least the minimum of 2-1, this is a police school. If I graduate minimum of 2-1, that I will be able to work in Edet House. Edet House is in Nigeria is the headquarters of the police.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that this option is not open to the country. It's not open to all citizens. It's only open to the people from the northern part of Nigeria. And one of the options he gave me is that I have to add a northern name to my name.
OMG.
You see?
Yes.
So now, as a matter of fact, what it means is that because of my state of origin, I cannot get that opportunity. Because of my state of origin, that opportunity cannot be open to me. So I need to change my state of origin to be able to get that. And these things happen over time. And then it became a pattern. And then it became accepted. And so that's why you see a section of the country feeling disadvantaged, feeling like they are not among the country. And so that's why we have a huge number of agitation recently in the East. Because already...
I'm going to ask you a very difficult, and it's a very sad story, and I'm happy all Nigerians can hear this. For your information, people, because those of us who are out there, let me just read, because he's speaking very loud, but you might not hear all, but I just want to repeat what he has just said. Not that he didn't say it loud enough. He relocated to Abuja, was about to go into the police college to get some good pay, and if he had done that, it would come out very well, that the opportunity where he has to change his name or add a northern name to his name for him to get that opportunity. That some of these opportunities are limited to some people. I abide his story, but I have a question before we move to the next person. The question I ask is, that is the opportunity at the national level. Which state are you from, Wosu?
I'm from Abia.
Anambra, good. In Anambra State, Abia, okay.
Abia.
In Abia State, there are some opportunities that are within Abia State. It has nothing to do with even those at the federal level. How well are they using it for your benefit? You see, sometimes Nigeria, we need to try and look at the challenges of Nigeria from not only the federal. What about the states? In my case, I'm from Delta State. I can tell you the mismanagement of resources in Delta State where I come from, Nigeria have not even done half of it. Delta State has mismanaged what belongs to us more than Nigeria. So if we begin to blame only Nigeria, then we ask ourselves, what is happening in Abia? Are there equal opportunities? My brother, the truth is, politics will always be politics. Here in the UK, you guys have not been to the politics of this side of the world. When you are a black man, you are from nowhere. Because this is not our country. Our country is where you are now. If that country go down, we're going down. There's no hope for us here. Every Nigerian you see abroad believes in Nigeria. But the place is not working. And it is only misunderstanding like this. The truth is, let me tell you the truth. What I believe, I may be wrong, and I want to beg to be forgiven. That the ordinary Hausa man is going through what you are going through now. And, okay, the question is, if they're even going to give the opportunity to Hausa man, is it not their brother they're going to give it to? They will not give it to ordinary Hausa man who have no friends or relation above. They only give it to those who have relation above. That's why 90% of the insecurity is coming from the north, because so many kids, some of them can't even go to school. Thank God in the east, nobody's stopping you from going to school. In the north, the kind of school they take them to this imaginary school, I don't understand what it is. You understand? So I think they are even more deprived than what we see. And I'm happy our governor is here now, right now. Governor had opportunity. Governor, I'm going to let you weigh in a little bit on this. Governor, you had opportunity to meet with other people from that part of the country. Were you really different? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Governor. Governor, can you speak up, Governor? Yeah.
All right, please come again.
I said when you were in the camp during your contest, you had the opportunity to meet with people from different parts of the country, from the north, the south, west, southeast. Were you guys really so different in ideology and belief? Was that what you saw at the camp?
Well. While we were in the camp, from my own understanding observation, there's nothing like ethnicity. There's nothing like ethnicity. We all behave maturely like one Nigeria, people that are even coming from one region. With the way we acted, we played, you will not even know that we are coming from different regions. We all played very well. So,
God bless you. And I think people are using this ethnicity against us. They're using it on us. You understand? And I'm happy today. You know what I saw today? And I'm going to really talk to people in the Southeast tonight. I saw a video, NTA reporting from Kano State, how a set of Muslim leaders declare support for Peter Obi. That is not politics. That is not politics. This is reality. You understand? They declare support for Peter because they believe Peter is the right man for the job. That is the country we belong. You understand? There will be people there will be other side of every country. You understand? But the country of today, Nigeria have a reality. You know why I'm confused? I know we have a lot of problems, but this is the time in Nigeria where we have a chance to save the country. It's not Peter Obi I'm talking about, but Peter inspired the movement, and the movement was already there. Peter inspired it. I think the young people came out in 2020. Peter inspired it. Everybody is clamoring for a change. My concern is the Southeast, where the change is, where God gives us a Messiah, is where this insecurity is most profound. It's disturbing me. Kenneth, what is going on? Let's hear from Ken. Ken, can you hear me? For some reason, the network is really not helping matters. See, Kenneth is frozen already. You know what? We're going to arrange this show in a better day. Only my governor is actually, now everybody is set to only Ken. We can't even hear Kenneth's voice for once on this show. But to be honest, my people, I'm not going to try and dominate this show, but I really have a lot that is disturbing me as a Nigerian. And this show, I did it tonight. I just came out from a meeting, rushed down to the studio and said, let us have this meeting. We're going to have it again. No matter what happened tonight, we're going to have it again. We need, in fact, I'm going to bring governors from different states. And because these are representing their different states already. I want to have you guys on the show. Let's talk about Nigeria. But tonight, let us zero a little bit on some extrajudicial killing that happened in Abia State, where a young man was chased by a policeman to the extent that that boy, something fell on him and he died. And the question is, and this is exactly what I want to say. The policeman that pursued him is actually from the village. It's from the same village where this thing happened. So are we going to blame an outside man for that? This is not our own. That is why I'm confused. What do we do about this? What message can we send to our own people in the Southeast that this is not a time? Perhaps even they have good reason to fight before. If I meet Kano now, this is what I'll say, Kano, whatever you have before, it's time to put it aside. Let us fight and get Peter to become president, and let the good thing come from Nazareth. You know, there's something they say to Jesus. Can any good thing come from Nazareth? Look at the best is coming from the southeast. How can we trash it? You understand? Let us see that we give Peter a chance. If Nigeria remain what it is, then you guys can say, okay, it's time to leave. But I am really hopeful that because what is going on is if Igbo people who are abroad are afraid to come home, the ones who registered at home are afraid to come home. In the southwest at the moment, you're not going to get the same chance to vote. I learned there's a lot of PVC. If you go there, I don't know why they are not picking it up. The newly registered people may be young people. They are not ready to go and pick up. There may be threats that we don't see. There may be things we don't see. I'm not saying there's anything, no, but if we continue to create this level of insecurity, the turnout on the voting day will be poor and we will lose this election. I think it is time, we address this seriously. And tonight is a day that I want to do this, but the system is, your network over there is not helping man at all. So I'm going to stay with you. Wonsu, let me ask one more time. What do you think we can do? What can we do? What do you think is the way forward?
So as I said earlier, the first word I use is that first of all, we need emancipation from a certain pattern that has been there for a long time.
Yes,
there's a certain there for a long time, and then a large percentage of the citizen does not believe in the system.
I agree.
A large percentage of the citizen does not believe in the system. So, but in my own way, what I do is that I try to educate people on the need for them to vote. I tell you, if you move away from the people that are exposed a little, like us, and you move back to the people that don't really have this exposure that we have, and you see that people have zero belief in the system, and what they feel is that they have no need to vote because they believe that the powers that be, the elites, has already chosen who is going to win the coming election, and then there was no need.
That is wrong. That would be wrong. That would be wrong to say that somebody has chosen the next president. It's not. They have the beavers now. The electoral system is better. So vote will count, unlike before. And these are the things. In fact, many people came back to politics when they found out that vote is going to count this time. I interviewed a lot of politicians here. They have hope that the system has been redeemed through the voter system.
For someone like me, I know this. I know that it's totally a different ballgame this time around.
Yes, thank you.
I know that my vote is going to count.
Exactly.
But then there are some people that doesn't know this. So what I encourage people to do is that each time you see yourself around this group of people or around this class of people, always try to educate them. Encourage from my own community in particular, when INEC made an announcement for people to come and capture, I personally hired about 2 to 3 buses, and we pleaded with people to come out to the market square of my village, and then they came out, and then the buses came out and took them to the INEC office. They captured, and the boss took them back. You see?
Good.
So if I didn't do this number of people wouldn't have even stopped themselves to go to the INEC office to register. So at every corner we are, there is so much that we can do to educate the people in the trenches, because those people have the number. These people have the number. Right now, if we want to move away from, and then we move to the number of youths, of course, the votes of Peter lies in the hands. His emergence as the president lies on the hands.
Is it disoriented people that are going to vote for Peter? It's those of us who are angry.
Yeah.
Those of us who are angry with the system. We're the ones that are looking for the change.
Yeah.
You understand? Let's hear from Kenneth. Kenneth, can we
Then-
hear your voice a little before this show will come to an end? Can you hear us now?
I can hear you very well, sir.
Good. So good. Let's have some time with you, Ken. We are about to. Nigeria is about to see a revolution, a positive revolution, without violence, and yet violence is in the southeast. What is going on? Explain to me a little bit. Put it in some perspective. Maybe I will understand better. I heard Rosu saying that we are disoriented, and he has done his own part, getting people to participate, which is really good. I'm really happy with this young man. So, but what is it? What is it, Kenneth? What do you have to say about all this? What do you think?
Well, thank you very much. You see, for me, like you can see, I'm in the southeast, and it's past 8 in the night, and I'm sweating because there's no light. It's almost 9 o'clock, and there's no light. You don't have network in the southeast. You have a high rate of unemployed youths. You have a proliferation of light arms. Practically a whole lot of youths do possess light arms right now in the southeast. And when I try to do a research, I noticed that these are the arms that trickled all the way from Libya after the fall of the Gaddafi's regime. We have
all the way from Libya.
Yes, yeah. I had, I've been here and I've been making some insider report. We had arms that trickled all the way from the Sahel down to the southeast. We have access to hard drugs now. We have people taking tramadol and methamphetamine and a whole lot of drugs. Now, this actually made me to start asking a more in-depth question. What exactly led to the Southeast becoming like this? I think most times we want to shift the blame to the government or the oligarchs or, the established, the big guys in the system. And we forget that it's actually those, the average masses that create monsters that are actually biting us in the Southeast. I say this because as much as the big guys might, be misruling us and every other thing, it's actually those it's actually the poor ones that go out about to kill people. I'm yet to hear of a senator in Nigeria that went to shoot somebody. I'm yet to hear or ever see a news where the son of a serving governor ever killed somebody. It's always the poor man that kills the poor man. Now, the big question is, why does the poor man kill the poor man? Most people will say because they feel anger, they feel annoyed. Then it means everybody in the world should die because everybody is annoyed over one thing or the other.
Exactly.
Now, the bigger question is, what exactly is killing people in the Southeast? One, I think the Southeast of Nigeria, if we go back to the history books, Southeast of Nigeria is the only part of Nigeria that has been able to borrow everything from the white man. We have the white man's religion, where you get to see a lot of split in the family. There's a Catholic Christian, there's an Anglican Christian, there's a Pentecostal Christian. Even in the Pentecostal,
we're gonna solve that one other day, Ken. I met a lady and she said, "Can you imagine that a Catholic is chasing her? What's she gonna do with a Catholic?"
Okay.
The man she's an Anglican. She detests Catholics. I don't know. I just don't understand that. That is how bad it is. You understand? So I'm not talking of a Muslim now. We did. Kenneth, it's good you mentioned this. We did the same religion.
Yeah.
In the name of
that
Jesus
is how
Christ.
divided we are in the Southeast now. Yeah.
Okay. Ken, we're so happy to have you now. So the question is,
I think he has another
person has mistaken, like you said, the Southeast took another person's religion, their culture. Now, there's something you mentioned. Where on earth do we have money to take drugs?
Okay.
Where do you know how much it costs to take tramadol? Where is this now? And order of the day. Allah is a trouble in my community now. Who introduced this in Nigeria? Before, Nigerians are known for taking drugs out, not for consumption. Now we're taking it.
This is a big problem we're having. And when you look at the established players in the drug business in Nigeria, I'm talking about those that have bust happening. The same tramadol you talk about, if you go and make a research, you discover there's a man called Ugo Nsofo that was busted in Lagos with about 8 billion naira worth of tramadol. The news is out there, people can go and verify. He's from Abia State. So you get the point of how the bad things begin to happen to the people who cry about the bad things happening. Now, there's a general call for secession in the Southeast, and every Southeasterner of true conscience will definitely back that secessionist call. But the problem I get to ask is, how do we believe? How can someone tell me that because you want to secede from a country, the best strategy is to kill your brother? I've said it time with that number. What is happening in Imo State is actually a political warfare ganged up against the sitting governor because of the means he got into power. And then they play on the Biafran card, make the people believe that we are fighting a just cause, brainwash those who they denied access to education. Now you see that it is a teamwork between the rich and the poor. If the poor man is not available, the rich man will not use him. If the rich man does not manipulate the system, there will be no need for the poor man to want to get to him to use him. Now, of course, we've been on, SRTV has been on some insider report in the Southeast, and we came up with a report of the young man who was killed by police officers who chased him to his death in Arochukwu, local government of Abia State. Okay. This same young man, the police officer who led the arrest, from our recent findings, is also his kinsman. I'm not talking about the same local government. I'm talking about just some few buildings separating him from the deceased. So you begin to see that we have people in the police system who have stuck to brutality. And of course, you know that when you brutalize someone, you've given the person a just cause to come back and want to, hurt someone else to show. It becomes a circle, an ever-spinning circle that keeps going round and round and round. And then we have authorities in power who these things benefit. I say it, and I've said it before, that if people in the Southeast do not go out to vote, the only people it will benefit are those who are still in power. Because if you don't come out to vote, they will still remain there. So I want the people to understand, now the world is hearing us, I want them to understand the basis upon which insecurity was built in the Southeast. It was built as a business by the rich guys to make the poor people to be subjugated to them. And they do this in a very, 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 very crafty way. They have access to the media. They have access to the young ones. They have access to arms. They can intimidate anybody to do what they want to do. But I think the narrative is beginning to change. I think the P2B movement has given a sort of a revigor. Because what we had before now in the South is a case where people had already given up that the system could ever change. They already believe that the system had been engineered to fail them. So we have people that didn't want to participate in anything in Nigeria. They would rather want to see the downfall of the country. So I think the basis upon which insecurity has been built in Southeast is based on the fact that we are so divided. The people are not united in a vision. They're only united in suffering. It's only when we want to suffer that you get to the police station and then someone says, you pay me 300 before you buy fuel. You see everybody in the Southeast pay that money. But I've been to the Northerners will refuse. They will tell you we will not buy. You cannot pack a Northern man in Abuja and tell him to give you bribe. He will not give you. An Hausa man will not give you bribe because he's carrying a car without papers. But the moment you pack an Igbo man, he wants to go to his shop, he wants to do business, he wants to cut corners to get to that place. So I think it's a bigger problem than what we see. It's a cancer that has eaten deep into the Southeast. Is in the ideology, is in the way of life, is in the governance, is in the public institution. It's even in the mind of the average person to be corrupt, to try to cut corners to make it over here. So that's the thing we face in the Southeast.
Ken, thank you so much. And you make some of the most valid points tonight, because at the end of the day, if we don't vote, the people who are there now are going to benefit. And let's come to it. Like I asked before, the trouble within the Southeast, they're telling you they are fighting in secession, and it's so funny. You know, the people in the North, they are kidnapping their brothers. The same thing they do. They didn't care whether they are Christians or Muslims. So they kidnap them and they demand ransom. They are in the North kidnapping their own brothers. They don't kidnap us. We are not there. You understand? It's only on a few occasions they cross to go and look for going to church. The same thing you are doing in the Southeast now. You're killing your own. You know, there's no Hausa man you are killing there. You're killing the boy. You're killing the actually Igbo people. So, and that is a shame. And the question that brings the question to, why are we not thinking? Somebody can tell you something, all of them, the Hausa people, they are the one eating all our money, this and that. But the question, have you taken your time to ask, is your governor an Hausa man? He's your local government chairman and Hausa man. What has he done with the money given to him? You see, let us, you see, Nigeria can succeed if we begin to ask ourselves difficult questions. I love Peter so much because for some reason, I'm as at the platform, I'm sitting here for SRTV. I don't have to go for anyone. But for some reason, my conscience will not let me sit down and not say something good about Peter because Peter represents a new Nigeria, a hope for a generation to come. Yet, I'm going to host people here this weekend. I'll be hosting APC, PDP, and tomorrow, actually, I'm hosting Peter, who will be a Labour Party person. I'm still not afraid to say so because I'm not looking at the political side of it now. I'm looking at Peter as a movement that Nigeria needs. Maybe if anybody wins this election, he must do what Peter is saying. That is my message to Nigerians because what the man is saying is beyond him. It's a time when Nigeria needed something and God said, hey, you go and do it. In fact, when you listen to Peter record, you don't believe that man is from Nigeria. And the man is from Southeast. Yet Southeast is the people still fighting. I don't understand. To be honest, we need to address this. And I'm saying this to all Southeasterners. It doesn't make sense at all. Now, Peter is a man. If you see the people fighting for him, they are not Igbo people. And you know the last time the governor regretted ever attacking him. See, the Bible said, who told you to lay your hands on the God's anointed? I am not a fanatic. I can go to mosque and worship. I can go to church and worship. I believe in God. Please, Nigerians, this is a day that we all need to do something. I'm going to play one track just to cut this in between us, all right? And when we come back, I want us to see this again. Please, let's play this music for Nigeria.
All we need is love.
My fellow Nigerians, the Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo, both home and abroad, especially the youths, remember that we still stand on one Nigeria. For the unity of our great beloved country, Nigeria, is not negotiable. And to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria! Nigeria no go scatter, the original policeman says so. Carry go!
Nigeria no go ever scatter. Now you want to scatter.
And do you hear what the man says?
Nigeria no go ever scatter. Now you want to scatter. Now listen. Our great leaders making Miami well. No united we stand and fight every fall. There should be no more corruption, insecurity, unemployment, power failure, religious crisis, terrorism, tribalism, favoritism. Now we can't do it.
All we need is love.
Nigeria no go ever scatter. Now you want to scatter. How do you hear what the man says? Nigeria no go ever scatter. Now you want to scatter.
Listen, go!
All the terrorists making Miami well. No united we stand in for our country, Nigeria. You know go scatter, stop killing. Innocent people, stop bombing. Churches are mosques, schools are order. Because Almighty God condemns killing. This is my advice to the terrorists.
Everybody dance.
Okay, guys, we don't have a lot of time to take all that video, but that is a very patriotic video. I encourage everybody to go and watch it. It's by Wado King. He's telling us that Nigeria must unite and the reason for why we should stay together. But he was not afraid to touch upon the diseases that is killing us as a people. He talks about corruption, insecurity, tribalism, nepotism, all these things he mentioned in that music. That's why I couldn't share it. But right now, we're joined by a bereaved family, actually. If you guys listen to me very carefully, there was an issue that happened in the Southeast, in Abia State, where a young man mistakenly for the other one was being chased by the policeman, and the guy died. And I think the brother is here to tell us the story and what we all can do. And we need to be raising awareness. Chief, welcome to the show. Can you tell us? We're sorry about your loss. We cannot, of course, we cannot explain. The network is such a shame, you know, and it's so difficult. Can you hear us, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you speak loud, please, so that we can hear you well? Okay. Hello. If you can hear me, then I want you to say something, Michael. Michael, can you hear me?
From now.
Can you hear me, Michael? Michael.
Hello.
It's a shame. This system works perfectly. It's just your network. What we're going to do is we're going to find a convenient time and revisit this show. I want to beg for that. This is not good for those of people watching us. Doesn't represent us at all. And it makes me very unhappy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to beg that we do this show in the daytime. I don't mind anytime tomorrow. It might be actually a morning show. I'm going to arrange with Kenneth. All right? And I want to really beg all of you, let us do this show in the daytime when you all are free and the network is better, so we don't have problem with light. All right? We prepare and we analyze this show because the brother of somebody that died, we expect to hear from you, but the system may not allow us to hear it well. Can you hear me, Michael?
Sir.
It's unfortunate. Well, Nigeria, President Buhari, those of you fighting to be president of that country, this is what we deal with. We live in a country where the basic things are not in place. People are disoriented right now. Young man wants to say it all. Nigeria is at the stage where people just fight because of what you cost. And we pray you don't extend it to this election because we might not be able to stop it. Everybody is angry right now because of this. Leaders, learn from this. But again, I want to talk to you, ordinary Nigerians. In fact, I want to talk to you that is killing one another. The shame is really on you because you're not literally fighting the politician. You're fighting yourselves. The people dying are not children of governors. You don't see those people. You can't kill a governor. You're killing yourselves. Where's the point in it? And I'm going to try and host One Nigeria on this platform. I'm going to bring all the young people that have won the show under the next presidential, the next governor. You will see how responsible these kids are. And Governor, Your Excellency, it's unfortunate that the network didn't allow us to talk well tonight, but we're going to do that, all right? I'm going to have everybody back and we host this show. And we have a lot of time before the election to actually make an impact. So the next
problem.
Yes. So see, let Nigerians see that kids, people like you, can come together and do things better than they are doing now. Because what I saw in that camp, what I saw you people, the way the love you shared with one another, there was no Muslim, no Christian, no Hausa, no Yoruba, no Igbo, no Urobo. They were all, you live together as brothers and sisters. I know Nigeria is going to come to that stage. You know, and the truth is we are like that. The truth, what is dividing us is election, which is somebody's going to tell you because this man is this, that is it. It's stupid language. Oh, the opportunity, you cannot get it because you are this. They are intimidated. The truth is, the people that are even more disadvantaged are the Hausa people, the so-called Northerners, because they have more, they are over 20 million children. Over 20 million. It's a bomb. If you prepare, there's no bomb that is more dangerous than that. Because people don't go to school, they don't have the normal orientation. Anything you tell them in the name of a religion, they'll buy into it. And perhaps I want to close the show by saying I'm going to let the governor say something to us Governor, Your Excellency, please talk to Nigerians before I bring all of you on board. And on behalf of you, speak to Nigerians on behalf of yourself and the entire team, the next governor and your president. Thank you.
My fellow Nigerians, I want to advise us. We are one in the indivisible nation, despite our religions and our regions. Let's come together. Peace shall be the key. United we stand, divided we fall. My brothers and my sisters in the Southeast, I call all of you, please. We are one. Let's stop killing ourselves. We are known as Onyaya Lawaneya. The Igbos, we are all known as Onyaya Lawaneya. Please, let's come together. Let's come together and fight for one just cause. We have a very good movement right now, which is P2B, which is the hope of Nigerians. Let's stand up together. With that.
In fact, I cannot think of a better place to end the show, but I'm going to allow Wosu to just say one or two things. Wosu, let us hear finally from you, because you have a message for us. I know the network is bad tonight, so I'm going to carry some of the things we're supposed to discuss to another show, and I'm going to have all of you back. But let's just say something to us before we close tonight, so that we come back ready in the time. It's not going to be in night show. I'm going to do that show in the daytime where we have enough electricity and we'll get everything settled. 1 hour to the show we are setting up so that we come back solid. What do you have to say to us now?
Fellow, my plea is that for every citizen that is a Nigerian and for every citizen that is opportune to get education and get exposure, please take it as a responsibility yourself to enlighten the people that are uneducated, to enlighten the people that are ignorant. Please take it as a sense of responsibility to do the little you can to show the people around you the light. Because if everybody sees the light, this division we have within us, this weaponization that the elites use, the ethnicity and all that, almost impossible to divide us, as long as every one of us plays that role of enlightening the people around us. Please, let's be intentional about this. And I'm sure that there are no doubts that things will really work out once we are really intentional about making this work out. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Wosu. Thank you. Thank you. You are blessed. And you are so calm, and you see, I'm happy to see these young faces talking to Nigerians. The country belongs to you. It belongs to you guys. Please don't be tired. Don't be tired. And we are getting old now. We're leaving the country for you guys. You understand? We're leaving the country for you people to run. And it's a time. That's why I came up with a show called The Next President, to see how young people can actually take over governance. And they're doing so. And in fact, I'll be hosting Sowore here again on Friday. A lot of things will be happening in the next few days right here on this platform. Tonight, if I tell you where I'm rushing from to have this show, you know how important this show is really for me. But I could not do otherwise. But you see, when we have Kenneth, when we have this two set of young people, you can't get it wrong. But we're going to do this in a brighter day, and when we are more when we've done all the setting and testing and all, it is very important that we get that in place. That even if we can use a computer, we'll do that. And that's why I want to set the office in Abuja. Once you cannot have anything, you get into Abuja office, you just sit down and talk to us like you are like you're with me in the studio here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say let us call this show to an end. I am sorry for those of you who didn't quite hear all we were saying tonight. The message is simple, that there's massive insecurity across Nigeria, but that of the Southeast is really alarming. And it doesn't make so much sense because they're not even killing outside, they're killing themselves. And we have somebody here tonight who was going to talk to us about the extrajudicial killing that happened in the Southeast, which is now even not, we are not talking of an Hausa man. This is us. Come on, they get to stop. It has to stop. And I want to say to everybody in Southeast, it's a time to put your arms down. You see, you cannot, at the end of the day, that's why the handshake is very important. No matter all the bloodshed that will happen, it will end up in a table where people will dialogue. We have an opportunity to organize and take over power. If you're really desperate to leave Nigeria, why? In fact, I don't think Nigeria need to break. Let me tell you, for those of you at home that want Nigeria to break, I have a message for you. Nigeria is the biggest, is the largest black nation on earth. It is not going to break. It is. You know why? In the international world, we are looking for the United States of Africa. Let me close with this. Now, you know what Europe did? Because they were fighting themselves, they created European Union. European Union, meaning the whole Europe is coming together to form one country, one law, one love. They've already started their own. Africa, the only big country in Africa is going to break. We're not going to break. But we're going to fight the injustice within the system. We're going to break the evils within the system so that our children will have a better future. Because what will happen is tomorrow we're going to have one currency for Africa. You see, when Europe came together, they didn't come together they were doing it for economic reasons. Today, the euro is bigger than the US dollars. In those days, Deutschmark was nothing. The other money were, in fact, in Slovenia, where I stayed, they cost Slovenia dollars. You need to laugh. How much you pack millions of dollars to get $1 US. But today they are using euros. A time will come for Africa. So this is not a time to fight for the division of Nigeria. It's a time to think and fight the evil within the system. Remember, your governor is not an Hausa man. He's not a Muslim. Like we said on this platform tonight, for a Christian, the same, in fact, I'm not talking of the same Orthodox, I'm not talking of Pentecostal. For you, a Catholic not to agree to marry an Anglican, or an Anglican not to marry a Catholic, Igbo man, this is a shame. Think and stop killing one another. God bless you. I will bring this show right back in no short time. I'm not going to postpone it too long. Within the week, I'll see the time that is available. I will have a long word with chat, we connect, and we're going to bring all of you back. And then we have a real discussion about all this, please. We need it for Nigeria to move forward and for the Igbo who are so blessed. You see, you guys don't know what you have. The Igbos, nobody can suppress you. Anywhere you go, you dominate. You know what I say to you guys? Let me say this message tonight, and you guys may not like it. I don't know where. I will have to say this. I cried again and again in London, in the United Kingdom. Why was I crying? I said, had the Igbo man organized the way they organize anywhere, would have had an Igbo street in London. Yoruba have been here for so long. They came earlier. They are not in business. They go to school. So we have a lot of educated people. But the Igbo man would have taken a whole street. Look at the people, all the off-licenses here. They are all run by who? Indians. Go to post offices, run by who? Indians. Do you want to know? All our accountants, our doctors, our dentists, they are who? We're missing you, the Igbo guys. Stop this stupidity. Do what you do best. God bless you. I end the show there tonight. Until I come back to you after due consultation with my people. We'll come back and we'll do this. And thank you very much, Governor, for joining me tonight. You're a handsome young man. We're going to have a lot to talk about, so, all right? Good night and God bless you. Until next time. I'm going to just go. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right? Thank you.
SR TV. Innovative content. Global audience.